Yes, Ferrari on the ground is great. But imagine that same greatness in the skies. It's otherworldly. I'm talking about the fastest turboprop of 2026, the $8 million Piaggio Avanti EVO. Imagine stepping onto what looks like a private jet from the future. Sleek Italian design. A cabin that feels far larger than aircraft, costing twice as much. And a surprise twist. Those aren't jet engines, yet you're flying faster than most light jets at a fraction of the cost. That's the Piaggio Avanti EVO, a turboprop that refuses to follow the rules. While the aviation world obsesses over the latest business jets, this Italian masterpiece has been quietly rewriting the luxury flight playbook. Faster than almost any turboprop ever built, about 40% more efficient than comparable jets, and freshly upgraded in 2025, with changes turning heads from New York to Dubai. One look on the ramp tells you it's different, with rear-mounted pusher engines spinning sci-fi-looking 5-blade scimitar props that slash cabin noise by nearly 68%, making the interior feel unmistakably jet-like, until the real magic kicks in with its unique 3-lifting surface design. The Avanti EVO uses a forward canard wing, a main wing, and a horizontal tail stabilizer. Basically 3 wings all working together. Think of it as perfect aerodynamic teamwork. The payoff? Way less drag and efficiency so good it makes aerospace engineers geek out. Here's the crazy part. Piaggio says the fuselage itself produces up to 20% of the plane's total lift. The whole body is basically a flying wing. That's not just clever, it's borderline revolutionary. And that design isn't just theory, it delivers real-world performance that puts aircraft costing millions more to shame. Now let's get into the numbers, because this is where the Avanti EVO really flexes. Top cruise speed? Around 402 knots, about 462 miles per hour. For perspective, that's nearly 90 knots faster than a Beechcraft King Air 350i. It's playing in the same league as light jets like the Citation CJ2+. But here's the kicker. It's doing all that while burning turboprop fuel. Service ceiling? 41,000 feet. That's full-on jet territory. You're cruising above weather and turbulence that keep lesser aircraft stuck below. Range-wise, depending on the setup, you're looking at about 1,470 to 1,980 nautical miles. Think New York to Dallas or London to Rome, all while burning up to 40% less fuel than a comparable jet. And here's the real mic drop. Operating costs hover around $1,400 per hour for an aircraft delivering near-jet performance. That's insane value. Step inside the Avanti EVO, and it's easy to see why executives pick it over traditional jets. The cabin tells the whole story. 5 feet 9 inches high, 6 feet 1 inch wide, and 15 feet long. It's a true stand-up cabin with more space than most light jets, so you can actually move around comfortably. The seating is pure Italian luxury. Hand-stitched Poltrona Frau leather, the same stuff you'll find in Ferrari and Maserati interiors, wraps the executive club seating for 6 to 9 passengers. The layout is fully customizable too, so VIP configurations are very much on the table. Even at max cruise, the cabin altitude sits at just 6,600 feet, while you're flying at 41,000. Big windows flood the cabin with natural light. And thanks to the unique fuselage shape, the cabin actually gets wider as you move back from the cockpit. Totally unexpected, and honestly brilliant. The latest Avanti EVO also comes packed with tech that felt like science fiction not long ago. The Enhanced Vision System, first delivered in March 2025, uses high-resolution digital infrared cameras to stream real-time visuals straight to the cockpit displays. Flying at night or in poor visibility? pilots get a clear view of terrain, runways, and obstacles that traditional systems might miss. It's basically night vision goggles built into the aircraft. The flight controls are just as impressive. Modern digital steering, anti-skid braking, and auto trim tabs all work together to give handling that feels way more like a jet than a turboprop. And here's a wild detail. Those Pratt & Whitney PT6A66B engines are the same ones used on the King Air B200. Yet the Avanti EVO flies about 100 knots faster. Then came the big turning point. In June 2025, Piaggio Aerospace was acquired by Turkish aerospace giant Baykar, a company responsible for around 60% of the global combat drone export market. This wasn't just another business deal. It was a game changer. Baykar plans to ramp production up to 25 to 30 aircraft a year by 2030 and is pouring investment into new tech developed alongside the Italian Ministry of Defense. At least 11 new Avanti EVOs are already in production, with recent deliveries featuring cutting-edge VIP interiors and the new EBS system. With Baykar's drone and AI expertise combined with Piaggio's aviation heritage, even more advanced versions are clearly on the horizon. Baykar is also rebuilding Piaggio's global support network with a renewed focus on North America, a market with huge growth potential for the Avanti EVO. The message is pretty clear. The Avanti EVO isn't just surviving, it's gearing up to dominate. So who actually chooses the Avanti EVO over more conventional options? CEOs and high-net-worth individuals who value standout design and serious operational efficiency. This isn't just another business aircraft. It's a guaranteed conversation starter on any ramp. Government agencies and military operators around the world also use the Avanti for VIP transport, liaison missions, training, air ambulance roles, and more. Fractional ownership programs and charter operators love it too, because it lets them offer jet-like performance at turboprop pricing, which is a huge competitive edge and drives bookings. The Avanti EVO sits in a unique sweet spot. Too fast and advanced to compete with traditional turboprops, but too efficient and cost-effective to go head-to-head with jets in the usual way. It's carved out its own category, and that exclusivity is exactly the point. Now let's talk money. At around $8 million for a new Avanti EVO, it's a serious investment. Put that next to a Citation M2 at about $5 million, or a King Air 350 Boys at roughly $7.5 million, and the positioning becomes obvious. You're paying jet-level money but getting turboprop operating costs with near-jet performance. Annual operating costs based on roughly 325 flight hours come in around $1.15 million. And with fuel burn about 40% lower than similar-sized jets, those savings really add up over the aircraft's lifetime. Pre-owned Avanti values have also held up well, thanks to limited production and its one-of-a-kind capabilities. Rarity drives value in the used market. Looking ahead, the Avanti EVO is perfectly positioned for a future focused on sustainability. With growing pressure to cut carbon emissions, an aircraft that delivers jet-like performance while burning about 40% less fuel isn't just smart, it's forward-thinking. Baykar's aggressive production plans and ongoing tech investments show real confidence in long-term demand. New variants like the EVO Plus and EVO 2 Plus bring upgrades such as improved landing gear with anti-skid systems and enhanced avionics, proving the platform is still evolving. The mix of Turkish innovation and Italian craftsmanship is a powerful combo. We're likely to see even more advanced systems down the line, possibly including automation features inspired by Baykar's drone expertise. The Avanti EVO isn't trying to replace jets or traditional turboprops. It's creating an entirely new category: the ultra-high-performance turboprop that blends the best of both worlds. The Piaggio Avanti EVO stands for something rare in aviation today: real innovation with measurable benefits. It's faster than almost any turboprop in production, dramatically more efficient than comparable jets, and offers a cabin experience that rivals aircraft costing far more. With Baykar's backing, it's set up for growth and continued technological progress. Italian design, bold aerospace thinking, and performance that completely redefines what a turboprop can be. The Ferrari of the skies, indeed. If you found this deep dive useful, hit subscribe for more luxury aviation content. Drop a comment below. Would you choose the Avanti EVO over a conventional jet? See you in the next one.